So it's a funny story. I travel quite extensively for a full-time job in medical sales, and as I was traveling, I thought I need to really learn photography and document my journeys and fun times. And so started shooting, and up in Telluride in Jackson Hole, I have a couple of galleries who invited me in, and just kind of went from there. You know, people often ask me what my favorite photo is that I've taken, and I always say it's the last one I took. And so most recently I came back from a trip in Kauai. I also do photography workshops and help educate people how to take photos, and so that's probably my favorite place that I go back to year after year is Kauai. So the website is ryansmithfineart.com, or if people are interested in the workshops, it's captureicons.com.
I'm a block printer, so I hand carve and hand print all of my work, and I'm inspired by the desert. I'm from Arizona, so I love the natural forms and curves and lines of the rock and also all the plants. I learned block printing in college, but then it wasn't until years later when my daughter was born, I was put on bed rest before she was born, and I'm originally a photographer, and I couldn't photograph being on bed rest, but I could sit and carve. So I just went crazy with it, and now I don't really photograph much anymore. I just love carving and printing. You can find me on Instagram at britthansen.art.
Yeah, this is my recent piece of the view from the avenues looking out over the Salt Lake Valley in the winter on a day that was a little colder than today with a really nice sunset, a really nice sky, and I really wanted to capture it, so I made it into a woodcut. This is a woodcut, and it's one of my favorite scenes in Utah, and I really enjoy doing a woodcut version of it. I really like the way woodcuts are like sculpture because you're carving, and also like painting because it's color and it's a landscape scene. It's just a great medium to be able to do a landscape almost like a sculpture. Look at my website. My website is my name, jenniferworsley.com.
So my name is Arash Rahimi. I'm a local artist, and the kind of work that I'm doing is like a mixed media, is like combination of wood carving and pencil drawing. So it's very novel. You cannot find this art anywhere. I'm trying to have a patent for that, and in all over the world I'm the only person who works with the natural colors of wood without any stain, without any paint or anything. The information about me, I have an Instagram page. My Instagram page is Arash Rahimi Art, and I have a website, exactly same thing, but it's a www.arashrahimiart.com.
I am a skull carver here located in South Jordan, Utah. Actually, my daughter wanted a skull, and she was given the skull by my sister. She wanted to carve it, was a little afraid, a little apprehensive to carve it, and I said I'd like to have a shot, and I carved it, and I've been hooked ever since. Just about anything. I started with a mule deer, and I've gotten all the way up to bison, elk, whitetail, yak, just about anything I can get my hands on. They can go to my Instagram, Boho Chic Skulls. They can go to my Facebook page, Boho Chic Skulls, and they can contact me there.
This is probably one of my prized pieces. It's all done with just teeny little dots from a fine point pen. And so a form called pointillism or stippling is the technique. This took 161 hours to finish, so it's kind of my baby. This is the biggest piece that I've done, and this is, there's a lot of other art that goes into it, but it's a time-consuming task that I feel like having an unhealthy attention to detail, which I have, helps with. So it kind of just developed. I mean, I loved drawing like animation when I was younger, and then I got into some nature stuff, and really what like kind of did it is somebody actually hit me on my motorcycle about 3.5 years ago, and it broke my right hand, my drawing hand, and my leg. I couldn't walk for like 9 months, had 4 surgeries total, and so that was like a huge like eye-opening experience because art was really like my backup plan at that point, but I was kind of too scared to pursue it, I guess. So being able to like have that wake-up call, which was really like life slapping me in the face, it was scary. So I didn't know if I was ever going to be able to draw again. So as soon as my hand did heal, I started on this piece, and I just wanted to create something that I really gave 100% of myself to, and also prove to myself that I could be an artist that wasn't starving. So that was kind of my goal there, and so that was a lot that went into it, so it's got a lot of sentimental value in regards to that. My Instagram's npb.spectrum, and my website's just npbspectrum.co.
I make pottery. I've been doing this almost 20 years. I was a computer science major in college, and they told me I needed more electives, so I took a pottery class, and I was like, wait, you can major in this? So I totally majored in pottery. It's awesome. In college, when I was an art major, I did a lot of painting, and I did a lot of swirls and everything, and it's interesting that I'm also doing those same decorations on my pottery. A lot of my shapes are really simple, because I like to use those as a canvas to do the decorations on. Instagram, Brad Henry Pottery, and Facebook, Brad Henry Pottery.